Someone commented this hilarious thing on a video I made about how, like, my life has gotten so much more romantic since I've cut out men. And I think it's really funny because this comment very clearly either comes from a man who knows no one would ever love him without the existence of women with lower standards, or a woman who thinks she has to lower her standards for someone to love her. Both of which I pity terribly. Men say these things because they know they would get left behind if women had higher standards. Young women need to know that patriarchy thrives off of this narrative that, like, if you don't lower your standards for a man and accommodate incompetent men, you'll be like 40 and sad and depressed and lonely and like unfulfilled. When in reality, most of the scientific data tells us single women are the happiest demographic out there. So many men are so incapable of competence that they have to rely on the idea that women are nothing without them, or they know they'll get left behind.
Fellas, welcome back to the channel. Most women think they're making the right choices, saying no to good men, raising their standards to impossible heights, treating real connection like it's beneath them. But then reality hits. They start regretting it, and when those same good men they once ignored, tested, or dismissed, finally stop chasing, suddenly men are mean. Funny how that works. They created the situation themselves, then act shocked when the door closes. Now they expect those men to come back, begging, waiting, ready to jump when she's finally ready. But it's too late. Those men have moved on. They're building lives with women who actually valued them from the start, and they sure as hell don't have time for someone who only wanted them after they stopped caring. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of this month, and your support will really help the team. Drop a comment below. We read every one.
Did you see the study that said 60% of women from 24 to 42 will end up childless and alone? No, I didn't see that study, but I'll do you one better. Now, I know by the tone of your comment that you are saying childless and alone is a bad thing. Well, not for women, it turns out. Women who are unmarried and childless are the happiest subgroup of the population as a whole, says happiness experts. Although tying the knot and having children are typically considered markers of success for our society, women who shun this pressure despite the stigma tend to be happier and healthier as a result. Long-established traditional symbols of success did not necessarily correlate with happiness levels. And this is because the happiness of men was prioritized and women were pushed into the boxes you needed us to fit in order to support your success and your happiness. But it turns out that wasn't really prioritizing our needs, was it? Part of the explanation for this happiness divide is because women tend to work harder in our relationships than men do. And this happens within the relationship and within the household. Women typically do more domestic labor and more emotional labor on top of that. Now, in contrast, when men get married, you typically make more money and you live longer. So it stands to reason when you try to shame women by telling us we're going to be childless and single, that's just projecting your greatest fears onto us, because that's the future that limits your potential. Where in contrast, for women, we're typically better off. And I gotta say, these tiny shifts in the power structure are extremely satisfying. And I know y'all are gonna fight tooth and nail to avoid evolving, but reality is gonna hit you whether you like it or not.
This is what you fail to realize. You and the hundreds of men in my comments who, as predicted, were incredibly triggered by me saying that I have high standards because I can provide what I require, is that by the time I'm 50, should I choose that I don't want to be alone, or I haven't found the person that meets my standards, I can very easily financially support a sexy male model, maybe a few, to satisfy any needs I would not be able to satisfy on my own. I've done the work. I am a California attorney, a businesswoman, a content creator who, frankly, is just getting started. So I'm not too worried, in the same way that men who are financially independent don't have to worry about getting older because they can just financially support hot girls and live their lives happily ever after. I just am grateful that I get that same option, and a lot of other women are too. But thank you for your concern, and hope you have a good one.
Stop it. Get some help.
She thought a man's road was the same as a woman's, but here's the truth. A man can build his value at any stage of life through work, discipline, resilience, and growth. His worth isn't tied to age or timing. He can rebuild, restart, and rise again and again. A woman, on the other hand, already has inherent value, especially in the eyes of those seeking partnership, family, and legacy. But that value isn't endless. It must be protected, honored, used wisely. When it's wasted on games, ego, short-term thrills, or treating men like options, that's when the problems start. Too many women think they can just grab a man later to fill the silence, to satisfy loneliness, or patch up a life built on pride. But that mindset is broken. Those days they spent saying, "I don't need a man," fly by faster than they realize. Time doesn't pause for regret. Reality doesn't wait for anyone to get ready. Value isn't a toy. It's a gift with an expiration tied to wisdom, not just biology. And when it's misused, ignored, or taken for granted, the consequences don't show up right away. They show up later, when the choices are limited, when the silence is loud, and when rebuilding is no longer simple.
Hi, it's Jen Bear with part 2 of A Day in the Life of a Single 50-Year-Old Mom. Well, today I got really crazy and I asked somebody out. And this is just a guy that I started following recently on Instagram and TikTok, and I didn't realize that he's local. So I messaged him not realizing he was 20 minutes away, and found out that we're like super close and everything. And so I was like, look, I'm going to step way out of my comfort zone and just throw this out there. If you have any, I'm free tonight. I don't have my kids. It's rare that I don't work or have my kids on a Saturday night. If you have any interest in meeting for a drink, let me know. Because I could tell from his posts that he was single. He posts stuff about divorce and healing and things like that. So, and he also just seems like a good guy and a good dad and things like that. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. So he replies with, I could maybe be up for some fun. And I was like, well, like regular fun, or are you just talking about like Tinder fun, looking for clarification? And he basically was like, well, the second one seems fun. And I was like, yeah, it probably would be, but I was looking for something more of substance. Like I said, I thought you were looking for something real. The God post threw me because he talks a lot about, he has like scripture things and whatever else. So then he replies with, looking for everything. You just asked, and that was my mood in my mind. And I replied with, translation, I'm looking for everything, but just to hook up with you. And then I said, it's cool though. And he said, okay, your words, not mine. Take care. So that was that. I blocked him, and we'll be licking my wounds tonight because damn, that sucks. It took a lot of courage to do that because, at least he didn't say, like, fuck you or you're a loser, you're old or anything else. But that's not the response I was looking for. I actually got, really hopeful for a minute because he looks handsome and fit and all sorts of things. But anyway, so goes the life of a single 50-year-old mom. Bye.
She thought most men would still be waiting in line to settle down with a woman in her 50s, even after she spent decades chasing the wrong guys, wasting time on dead-end relationships, and rejecting good men along the way. She believed they'd still chase her like nothing changed, like men don't move on, like time doesn't matter. But they did move on. Now she's out there looking for love, someone to comfort her, fill the silence, ease the regret. But those men, they're not looking for comfort. They're looking for happiness, with women who chose them before they got lonely. And they're not waiting. They're already living the life she ignored.
Where is my man at? Where is my man at? I hate to make my entire life about relationships, but where is my man at?
He's living his best life, staying away from entitled modern women such as yourself.
Hey, TikTok. You know what's crazy? Because I joke a lot about being single, and I laugh it off. But I'm 46 years old. And while I'm getting ready for surgery and everything, it dawned on me. Hold on. I'm sorry. It dawned on me that I'm 46 years old and I don't have a husband to take care of me. I don't have a husband to help me get ready. I'm 46 years old and I still need my mama to take care of me post-op. I still need my sister, which whether I had a husband or not, they would be there. It sucks. Being single and 46 sucks. That's it. It just sucks. And I'm fucking tired. And I make jokes about the fucking buffoons that I have been encountering in dating. But in reality, this is my reality. This is my reality. This is my reality, and those stories are the shit that's available, because all the good men have gotten married in their 20s and 30s because they're good men. I'm not blaming it all on men, because women are fucking shit. They fucking batshit crazy too. So, but this is my reality, not anybody else's. Yeah, that's all.
After spending years saying she didn't need a man, proudly declaring her independence, waving off good men like they were options, not opportunities, time didn't stop. It kept moving. Now reality has caught up with her. That unshakable confidence, it's quieter now. That ironclad independence, it feels heavier than it once did. The years are gone. The chances have passed. And the men she once ignored, dismissed, or took for granted, they've moved on, peacefully, purposefully, without looking back. Now she wants connection. Now she wants commitment. But it's not that simple anymore, because trust, timing, and opportunity don't rewind just because you're finally ready.
I'm 29 and single. In case you forgot that people like me exist, I'm here to remind you that we're out there. My entire feed right now is people getting engaged, planning their wedding, baby announcements, gender reveals, all that stuff, which is amazing for them. What I'm doing is heating up leftover lasagna soup. I have enough for literally the next couple of days. I live alone, and I love the fact that when I make something, I have a lot of extras. I'm gonna go sit and binge my show. I'm gonna go to bed early, read my book, which I'm currently reading, The Great Alone, and it's the best thing ever. Not everyone's path looks like that. It is so fun to have all of those things, but when you are in your single era, you get to focus on your health and things that make you feel good, your routine, and it's also just as amazing. Like, your life isn't any less meaningful if you're not doing all those other, milestones right now. Like, you are still having good milestones and a lot of great things are happening to you, even if sometimes it doesn't feel like that. I used to compare myself to a lot of people online and where they were at and their age, and age is just a number. So get it out of your head and enjoy the life that you have and being single and alone, because it's honestly so fun and peaceful.
I'm a little scared to post this video right now, I will admit. I feel like I haven't shared a lot about my love life online. Mostly just to protect myself, but yeah, like, I had my heart severely broken about 3 years ago now, and amongst all of that, I was also in the absolute depths of hell with PCOS and just trying to figure that out with a new diagnosis. And I've worked really fucking hard to get better and to be the best version of myself, and I put in so much work, and I've been in such a good place. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I have been the happiest that I've ever been. Finally got to a point where I felt like I was ready to start dating again. And I had been dating, and I met someone who I really liked. And that's just ended as well. I'm just so tired. I'm 33, and I don't want to be alone forever. And I know, like, you can't just put pressure on things in the early days, and, like, we were having such a good time. Everything felt really good. Until it didn't. And yeah, I'm just fucking tired, and I'm just frustrated. And I know that I'm a catch, and I know that I'm a wonderful, amazing, gorgeous person, and I can say that confidently. Obviously, maybe not right now, but I do know these things about myself, and that hasn't changed, and I won't let this affect how I feel about myself. But I'm just tired. Right now, I feel like I'd rather be alone forever than have to go through this again. man, like, why is it so fucking hard? Like, every single one of my loved ones and my friends, my close friends, all have partners. And I'm just tired of being the single gal. And I hope that one day I can watch this back and be like, this is why you had to go through this. Anyway, all of this to say that if you're going through it, I feel you, and I don't really want to cry on the internet, but I also want to show up and share with you who I am, not just the good parts. So, here we are.